B2B Cambodia, the portal for business use in Cambodia. We attended the Shaping of IT Workforce of the Future event, hosted by ESTIAM and Canadian Chamber of Commerce, featuring 3 panel discussions. We had the chance to talk to 3 panelists to expand more on their responses after the event.
Cambodia is pushing for digitalization as in generally in country, economy and everything. What kind of key opportunities do you think there are?
I like to call it the democratization of growth. An issue I have seen in other sources in Africa or in Asia, also in Europe many years ago. We only have like a couple of years in advance, but the growth of a country used to benefit only a few people. Kind of I don't call it an elite, but people who have the money to learn and so on and so on. Now you don't necessarily need the money to learn things. Given that the government is doing a good job, like the Cambodian government here, or the banks are helping on school, so you have access to internet, you have access to education. So what I always try to explain is you are in charge. Nobody can tell you you cannot or you can learn. You want to learn, you do. That means you can learn something, tech, or how to use tech for your business and create your own business, create your own value and earn money with it. So everyone has the ability to grow, to make a business, or be a freelancer for Cambodia or from Cambodia, outside Cambodia. Nothing really limits you right now. I mean, in a given context.
I think the best opportunity is that there is no legacy, so you don't have to fight with the old systems. You don't have to replace old system. You need to implement the new one. And the Cambodian's government and the Cambodian companies are very open to try new things. You need to keep in mind what you want to achieve and not just stuck into constant digitalization. But it's very easy to do it here because everyone wants to embrace it, so people should try.
Cambodia has a chance to take a short way to digitalization compared to other countries where you have IT from decades, but you have also legacy in IT that slows us down to progress. You have the chance to have the opportunity to switch directly to the last technologies and then to take advantage compared to other countries. But also, digital is now in every businesses, in every domain, in every activity. So you cannot get rid of digitalizations because look at, I was really impressed by something very simple. You want to call a tuk-tuk? You take your application. So I never see that in India or whatever, for example. And so you can create new use, you can take advantage, and you can export.
I know AI is a big thing nowadays, and it was mentioned quite often, even during the event today. Do you think AI poses a risk or at the moment, or do you think AI will pose a risk in the future to people, their jobs, and generally to expertise in IT in general?
The main takeaway from AI or ChatGPT is not really AI. People will lose the job, but I believe they will not lose job to AI. They will lose job to people who know how to use AI. So, and think about it. Using ChatGPT, those people who never can dream even to be the software developers, they can generate the output with various success, but they can't touch it immediately right now. So I don't think it poses a risk. It will change our lives, but I don't think people will be jobless completely. It will be different jobs.
The main point I see now from like the ChatGPT hype and so on is how easy is it to get information about someone in a very short summary, and you get basically all key points in life. Example, answering the security question on the phone when you call the bank. Before you really have to manage your Google keywords and so on. Now you can ask a question about someone and you get pretty much everything that is online about one person, you get it in one question. Even if they say, oh, I'm not programmed for that, you tweak 2-3 times, you get absolutely everything. That's the threat part, I think. You have AI used in threat analysis to discover security bugs and so on, which is also actually on both sides. You can use it as a weapon, or you can use it as a defense system.
So we just have to adapt to new technologies. Someone talked about when the trends were created, people were afraid that it could change their life, and by the way, yes, it changed, but for better life.
Do you think the current workforce in Cambodia is able to give the resources that you need to achieve some of the new digitalization here?
Unfortunately, I don't think so. That's a big challenge for companies like my company and for my customers as well. Because when we deliver some kind of IT products or technologies, customers need to use it. So both, us as a supplier and customer facing the same issue of rapid digital growth, but the skill set and not only skill set, also the workforce itself, the amount of people who can do it is not enough. So it's basically like a growth pain. The country digital landscape develops so fast, but the resources are not keeping up. We have to all work together as enterprise and government to keep them building enough workforce.
The need for skilled people in IT is getting bigger and bigger, and the resources, it takes time to produce, to be able to educate people able to work in IT. So there is a gap that is going to be bigger. So of course, I think Cambodia is going to need more and more IT schools. Like in France, like in India, like in the US, like in Canada, like everywhere.
We do love, as an engineer, I love to use new technologies. I love to use new programming languages, new databases, new machine learning system, you name it. At the end of the day, we are here to solve problems or create solutions, not the other way around. We have a tendency, including myself, to say, oh, I like this, I will use it, and then asking ourselves, okay, how I can make money with that. It works, can be, but it takes usually more time than doing the other way around.
All right, thank you very much for your time.